The unbelievable story behind General Patton's lost watch and its staggering valuation. When the guest first walked onto the Antiques Roadshow set with his grandfather's old watch, he had no idea he was carrying a piece of American military history, one that would leave even the most seasoned appraiser speechless. The watch, a rare solid gold trench watch from World War I, had been tucked away in a shoebox for over 7 decades, nearly forgotten. But as expert Jeff Cohen of Engreen and Sons examined it, his excitement was palpable. A watch with a hero's legacy. The timepiece wasn't just any military relic, it belonged to General George S. Patton, Jr., one of the most celebrated and controversial figures in U.S. military history. While Patton is best known for his bold leadership in World War II, this watch dated back to his earlier days as a lieutenant colonel in the Tank Corps during World War I. What made this watch extraordinary wasn't just its connection to Patton, but its craftsmanship. Cohen, a veteran appraiser who had handled countless military watches, was stunned by its rarity. "I've seen hundreds upon hundreds of World War I trench watches," he admitted. "I don't remember seeing another solid gold one ever. Most trench watches from that era were made of base metals like nickel or brass, designed for practicality rather than luxury. But this one, a Waltham-made timepiece, was crafted in solid gold, a testament to its significance as a personal gift rather than standard-issue military gear. The emotional engraving that sealed its fate. One of the most poignant details was the hand-engraved inscription on the back. The message from Patton's wife, Beatrice Ayer Patton, read, "Lieutenant Colonel George S. Patton, Jr., Tank Corp." Beneath that was a single word, Mispah. Cohen explained that Mispah is a Hebrew term often used as a blessing, meaning, "May God watch over you while we are apart." It was a touching sentiment, likely given to Patton before or during his service, a reminder of love and protection in the midst of war. The guest, Patton's grandson, confirmed that the watch had been passed down to him in 1952, shortly after the general's death. Yet, instead of being displayed as a cherished heirloom, it had spent the next 70 years hidden away in a closet, its historical importance overlooked. Why was this watch worth 6 figures? When Cohen delivered the jaw-dropping appraisal, $100,000 or more, the guest was visibly stunned. But what factors contributed to such an extraordinary valuation? Rarity of material. Solid gold trench watches from World War I are almost unheard of. Most were utilitarian, mass-produced pieces. This was a luxury item in a wartime setting. Provenance. The direct link to General Patton, one of America's most famous military leaders, instantly elevated its value. Collectors of militaria, especially items tied to high-ranking officers, would pay a premium. Historical significance. Though Patton earned his greatest fame in World War II, this watch represented his early career, a period less documented in popular culture. Condition. Despite missing its glass and having faded radium on the dial, the watch was largely original, a critical factor for collectors. Cohen emphasized that this wasn't just a watch, it was a museum-quality artifact. "Everybody's gonna hunt this watch down," he predicted, noting that military historians, watch enthusiasts, and Patton admirers would all be vying for it. What happened after the episode aired? While Antiques Roadshow doesn't always reveal what happens to items after their appraisals, watches with such iconic provenance often attract immediate interest. Given the publicity from the show, it's possible that auction houses like Sotheby's or Christie's may have reached out, given their history of selling high-profile military memorabilia. Military museums, particularly those dedicated to Patton, could have made offers to display it. Private collectors of historical artifacts might have pursued it aggressively, potentially driving the price even higher than the initial $100,000 estimate. Could it be worth even more today? Since the episode aired, the market for historically significant watches has only grown. In recent years, items tied to famous military figures have fetched staggering sums. A World War II-era Rolex owned by a British spy sold for over $700,000. A Dirty Dozen military watch issued to British forces in World War II can command $20,000 plus depending on condition. Patton's personal effects, including his ivory-handled revolvers, have been highly sought after. Given this trend, Patton's gold trench watch, especially with its personal engraving and near-mythical backstory, could now be worth $150,000 or more at auction. The shoebox that held a fortune, the most astonishing part of this story, that such an invaluable piece of history was stored in a shoebox for 70 years. It's a reminder that treasures can hide in the most ordinary place,